I feel like this is gonna definitely fall, but you know what? When the time comes, it's just gonna happen. Told you. Hey guys, it's Megan, and I am here with another video. Wow, I literally have not heard myself talk all day. I've been working from home all day, and yeah, I sound very congested. So excuse me for my voice. Today I thought I'd give some tips and tricks that I wish I had known before moving to New York City. So my first advice is to make sure that you have a tiny bottle of Purell on you. This is something that is very important to me and that I knew would be important to me before I moved here, and I can't tell you how much it has saved my life just having it, because you know, this is a very dirty city, as I've discussed in the past, and it's just kind of helpful to have something like that to just wash your hands. You don't know what you're gonna touch. You don't know what's gonna happen. One of my friends was here, and literally she grabbed a subway pole and some guy put his armpit on her hand, and it was sweaty and it was July, so you can only imagine where that went. And thankfully I had some Purell. Good to have that Purell. Another thing I would advise is to invest in some really comfortable shoes and walking shoes, because you are going to walk way more than you think. I mean, this is a walking city, so you would expect that. Even if you're visiting here, make sure you bring comfortable shoes. Again, my friend visited me and wore flip-flops the whole time. You know who you are. She said she was perfectly comfortable, but knowing me, I would have died if I had just been wearing flip-flops the whole time. I recommend closed-toed shoes because, again, you just don't know what you're walking in. You know, people pee on the streets, dogs pee on the streets, and if you're open-toed, if you have your feet hanging out, you're walking in that stuff. I'm just letting you know. And that leads into my third tip for the winter. Make sure you have some good winter boots that are non-slip, because that can be dangerous. The streets, like just the other day, it was kind of snowing, kind of sleeting, and I didn't have the right shoes on, and I was sliding all over the sidewalks. And my fourth tip is always check the weather. That is something really important, because you really don't want to get caught, like it's beautiful and sunny and you're headed to work, and then you're trying to go home and it's pouring down rain and you don't have an umbrella, because that really sucks. So again, even if you're visiting here, always check the weather. Even if there's a chance of rain, you can just buy like a little cheapo umbrella. Make sure you have it with you. So there's people that, like, I'm pretty sure monitor the weather and know when it's raining and hang out in tourist spots and charge an outrageous amount for an umbrella, and it falls apart in 2 seconds. Usually it's like $5 to $10, and it'll probably only last you one use. So make sure you're bringing your umbrella with you. I will say that is a very important tip. So the fifth tip I have for you is, so your commute to work, most likely, I would say 90%, is going to be long. My commute to work ranges anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. I am just sitting there staring out into space, basically, at the subway. I would say try to find some good use of that time. So when you're in the subway, there's literally no cell phone service, and a lot of times you really have to just time it when you're at a subway station for like a minute to like load your Instagram page, load your Facebook page, and you probably only have a couple minutes while you're at the subway station. And that's the only time you're gonna have service, because the subway is literally underground and there's no service. Yeah, there's Wi-Fi, but it never works for me. So one productive thing I've found during that time is I like to edit my photos on my phone. So I have like, you know, like Visco, of course, the little photo app, and I edit my photos for Instagram while I'm on the subway. Just kind of figure out what you want to do during that time. A lot of people read, a lot of people just mess around on their phones, listen to music. Yeah, I would figure out something nice and relaxing during that time period. So I also knew this moving into the city, is that you are surrounded by buildings constantly. So sunlight is weirder. It's not direct. My recommendation is to find a park or find a river or something that's close to you. Central Park is great because, you know, there's zoning laws, so there's no buildings around it. You can be in the heart of it and you have just open sky and it's gorgeous. So I love to go there because that's how I can get some sunlight and some fresh air. Another recommendation is to go to either side of the city. So you can go to the east side or the west side and you'll be at a river. I just have gotten used to being surrounded by buildings, so I do think it is important to get into some nature. My next tip in Manhattan is you can eat very cheaply here. If you eat within your area and your vicinity, you can order it for free. So like delivery's free. Like I can order Chinese from the Chinese place down the street. It's like $8 for like a full meal. And to me, that's not that bad. So that's another recommendation I have, another tip. As a New Yorker, a lot of your time is spent traveling and walking and just trying to commute. So to save time, download these apps to your phones for your favorite food place, for your favorite coffee place, wherever, and pre-order it. So for example, I order my Starbucks ahead constantly. It is so convenient to just have the Starbucks app on my phone and I can just order my coffee like 10 minutes before I walk out the door and then just swoop into the store and grab it, not have to wait for my latte and then keep on going. Okay, so another tip I have for you, and I kind of want to do a video on this, is so in New York, in Manhattan, there are not a lot of public access bathrooms, which is so unfortunate. But I can see why they do it because there's a lot of people that would take advantage of that. In Midtown, in the city, you have to be a paying customer and then get the code to the bathroom. Now, a lot of places are kind of lax about it. If they know you're just like really have to go to the bathroom and you're like, hey, I really just like need the code to the bathroom, they'll give it to you. My advice is if you're really in a crunch and you really have to go to the bathroom, is to find a department store like Nordstrom or Bloomingdale's, and I would recommend going there and finding a free bathroom. They're open. Bed Bath & Beyond has them as well, or like a Barnes & Noble, a place like that. Basically a big store, department store is going to have those free bathrooms. Yeah, so those are my recommendations for you. Just some things I've learned and some shortcuts I've learned living here. Obviously, I might have some more in the future. If you like a video like this, let me know and I'll easily think of more later on. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.